Hello, hello, hello. Anybody out there? Obligatory, hey, is this thing on? Okay, cool. It says I'm live, so I'm going to assume that I'm live. I am on the event right now, and I'm going to go share the link in the event. If I can. If Zuckerberg will let me. Give me a second, you guys. I am apparently not the person to be teaching this because I am very untech savvy. Or maybe I am the right person. I don't know. Okay, I see there's 3 people on here. Get to the events. Oh, and Heather has already shared it. Never mind. Alright, I'm going to have this up on my phone as well as my computer. I'm hoping this works. It's been a long time since I've done a live, and I can't say that my first one went that great because I didn't know what I was doing. So, this should be like fairly short and sweet. Maybe not short and sweet. I say that now, and then ends up being 4 hours. So, anyway, um, I am going to refer to my notes to try and help keep me on topic. If you have a question, go ahead and type it in the comments, and I will do my best to like check my phone and make sure make sure I'm seeing those. So if not, Heather, if you're watching this, you just I don't know, email me. Your little filter will pop up. Okay, anyway, so my name's Jessica Wolf. I am the owner of Wolf Treats, which does not do dog treats. I've actually only been asked that one time, surprisingly. We are working on a rebrand, I think, because I'm trying to be more elevated, whatever. It started as a joke, and here we are, 4 years later. So, I am also a sign language interpreter. So I actually started using Expensify back in probably 2015. I was fresh out of college and I said, "Dear Google, how can I track my receipts?" Yes, Heather, maybe a rebrand. I don't know. I bought the domain logosugarcookies.com because I'm trying to branch out into the corporate world of sugar cookies and then also weddings. So I need a catchier thing for weddings. But I know everybody can be jealous of my logo sugarcookies.com, but I don't think anybody else was excited about logo sugar cookies. Just me. Anyway, so yeah, I've been using Expensify since 2015. It was probably the first thing that I found when I Googled how to track my receipts because as a sign language interpreter, I'm an independent contractor. So I've been living this life for quite some time and I I've tried other things like Mile IQ to like track mileage, and you have to pay for it. It's not as easy as they want you to think it is. I've tried some other things. I used to just uh, keep them in like a Google Drive folder. And I find that this is the easiest for me and it makes my accountant the happiest as well at the end of the year. So, first thing, I have my notes here. I took a page from Heather Miracle's book here, is using this little outline thing here. So, um, what I've done actually is I have gone on an incognito tab, and I had to find a email address that I haven't used yet to attach to Expensify, and I'll show you what I mean here in a minute. But I wanted to kind of have a fresh start on here so you guys could see, so I could see what you guys would see because, like I said, it's been 7 years since I've done this. Um, so I made this new account just so I can see what it looks like. And so you come in, you have your no expenses. Um, exact match. Exact match for what? I don't like my like you. It is clunky and it's expensive. And when I did have it, when I had the free trial, I didn't feel like it worked very well either. Anyway, so this is what you get when you come in. All I did was go to expensify.com. Actually, I googled Expensify because I don't type in expensify.com. But I went on expensify.com and it asks for your email address, and that's how you would log in too. But then it has this cute little thing that says, "Hey, you're new here. Nice to meet you." And I'm like, "Girl, thanks." So I just typed in my email and this is what I got. So it was pretty simple. I was happy I didn't have to go and like confirm this because I'm going to immediately delete this account afterwards. So what you do first, and what I have found when I watched some YouTube videos and stuff just to refresh myself on how to set up an account. But you go to your inbox here and you have your concierge. Fancy, I know. And it has all of these tasks. Well, I guess there's only two tasks in here, but it has tasks for you to complete. So, hi there, do you have a work email address? Your work email helps me connect with teammates and set up your account. So, you would type in your work email address. Now, when I started this, I think I signed up with my junk email originally because I wasn't sure if it was going to work out between me and Expensify. And, we've got a long standing relationship going here. So, I've attached, I think, every single email address, like I said, except for this one. Please don't email me on this one. This is for my in laws. um, anyway, so if you sign up with your email that you're going to be using, no thanks, this is my only email. Would you like to get started with a free plan? Yes, of course, we love everything free. Yeah, so get started. Now, there are a lot of features on here that I do not use. I use a very basic, simple, like receipt organization. Let me see how to iron labeled envelopes. That's yeah. I hate paper. I throw my receipts away, which isn't good, but I do. When I scan them in here, it saves the picture, and when I run the report at the end of the year to send to my accountant, it actually sends a picture of all of the receipts, like a scan of it, which is really nice. And then I just throw my stuff away. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to do taxes. um, but it's what I did, and I'm so sorry, IRS, don't come for me. So general settings, you're gonna have your currency, so wherever you're at, um, AO Canada, right? I'm just kidding. I wonder, I'm always curious about what countries we have in this group. So if you are not from the US, please drop your country because I want to know. Corporate cards. So this is like if you have a big like a department or something. So like back when I worked in a corporate office, like my department maybe could use this, and it would team up with people's things. And I'll show you a little bit later when you actually go to submit like an expense or an expense report. You can submit it that way. Dare I do this? So this is like all new to me on this side. You can actually set up like a payment method here to be reimbursed. So like I said, back when I worked in corporate, if I took a client out to dinner or something, I could put it in here, and if my boss was using Expensify, I would send it to them, and they could approve it, and they would send me my reimbursement right here, which is cool. But like I said, I've never had to use that. So yeah, so that's what it looks like when it starts out. Now I'm going to close this and go to my current one because I know it a little bit better. I just, yeah, it's already all set up and I'm not going to reset up a whole thing. I just wanted you guys to see what it would look like when you go to set it up. So we're going to settings here. Let me make sure I'm on topic here. Okay, so yeah, we're getting there. Okay, so Jessica Wolf. Um, this is important for later, so I will be coming back to that, so nobody let me forget. Two-factor authentication. Sorry, Heather, I don't have it enabled, but I will be enabling it, but I didn't enable it yet. because I didn't know that I had that option here. So anyway, um, so like I said, you can attach like multiple email addresses to this, and so here are all my email addresses. I'm trusting y'all not to like sign me up for anything, please. But like this is my spam email. This is another spam email. This is my interpreting work email. This is my baking work email, and then this is my other. This is that one again. I don't know why it has it on here twice. But the nice thing about this is I have all these on here, and when I get a there, Heather, here's your tag here. When I get a receipt, I can, and I already did this, so I got a receipt from Clear Bags, and goodness, I forwarded it to receipts at expensify.com. That was this email address right here, receipt forwarding address. So when I get a receipt like that, I can just forward it to Expensify, and it will automatically log it in your reports and your expenses and stuff. So that is probably one of my favorite features because we're all getting our receipts digitally now, right? So let me look at these questions real quick because I have a really bad time like going back and forth. Expensify is free, yes, Janelle. The version that I'm using is free. There are paid versions, and I think that's when you have like a team of people. But when it's just you, you can do it for free. Receipts, pictures of receipts would be amazing. Yes. Break up expenses by category. Yes, I will get there. And you know what? I need to. I completely forgot, but I have a list of expenses like expense categories that I was actually given by my agency when I started interpreting, and I use that for all of my stuff. So I will make a note of that, and I will try to type that up and put it in the files of the group so that you guys can have it as well. It helped me when I was starting out. Heather, aw. Okay, I think I got all the questions. So that's really nice. You can forward the receipts, and it has don't mail me things, guys. Oh my gosh, I forgot how much personal information I have to just share with the world. Anyway, I trust you guys. This is a SCM code of ethics here, right? Okay, so anyway, you attach all your emails. That way, like if I have an email coming or if I have a receipt coming to this email address, which I use sometimes, or this one especially is for interpreting work, when I pay for workshops and things like that, when it comes there, I can email it from any of these and it will link it to my account. My favorite part is that I'm pointing to the screen with my actual hand and you guys can't see that. Okay, so Copilot delegated access. So if you have like a partner or something who does this with you, maybe your spouse or a friend or whoever, you can give them access to this. I don't have anybody. I have that's all me up here. I don't have anybody, so I don't need to do that. But it's nice if you want to, like if you have, I guess if you have like an assistant or an employee or somebody to do it, you can give them full access, which I personally wouldn't recommend because then they have literally full access. But you can do it as submit only so that they can put in receipts for you. So that's kind of nice. And then you don't have to give them your full login and all that stuff. Same situation with a vacation delegate. I don't think this is applicable to us. It's never been applicable to me. But again, if you're in a corporate setting, what have you, and in somebody you are a supervisor, say, or whatever, you could say like, oh, I'm going on vacation, so my peer so and so is gonna approve reports. That's not applicable to our situation. Um, yeah, merge accounts. Merge accounts is if you were like me and you accidentally made two accounts and you're like, oh shoot, I don't need two accounts. And so you can actually merge them together, which is nice. So, okay, we're going to go down to preferences. You've got your units that you want to use. If you want to name this um, new export format. I've actually not played with this that much, this part of it, because like I said, I've had it set up for like 7 years. Okay. Yeah, so these are just like your contact preferences and things like that. This smart scanning, enable it. Definitely want to have that enabled. And I'm just going to say now before I forget, you get 25 free smart scans. And a smart scan is basically when you have a paper receipt. And to be honest with you, this might apply to the email receipts too. I think it does because I think I've only had um, one paper receipt, and see, it already says that I'm down to 9 for the month. Anyway, so you get 25 free smart scans per month, and you just scan your receipt, or in the email case, you email it, and it will populate all of the information for you, like how much you spent, the merchants, things like that. And you can set up rules, which I'll talk about here. You can set up rules to have them go into certain categories, which is also nice. But yes, you want to make sure you have this enabled. Very important. All right, let me go back to this, make sure. Oh, look at me. I did not do myself any favors with this outline. Okay, expense rules. This, think of it like your Gmail filters. If anybody's taken the Gmail course in the Cookie College, woot woot, we all have no emails in our inbox now. Anyway, so it's kind of like that. It's kind of like your filters. So, for example, there was one site that I worked at for 2 years interpreting, and there was the one gas station in the whole town was called Road Ranger. And so I knew that if I was stopping at Road Ranger, it was gas. And actually, I had it set to meals. No. You know what? Because that was back when you could write off food. And I would stop and get a snack. But anyway, so I would have it because it would populate as Road Ranger gas or something for gas. But anyway, so I just left this on here to show you guys. But I had it set to, if it was this merchant, it would go to this category. It was non-reimbursable, non-billable, which is what all of us would be using. Like I said, unless you are working in the corporate world and you can submit your client dinner or whatever. I don't even think you can do that anymore. It's been a long time. But unless you're submitting something to your boss for them to reimburse you, this stuff is not important. Same thing. So now with Target, I have it set to the category goes to supplies. It's non-reimbursable, non-billable, and it goes to this report. Okay. I hope that's making sense. Sorry. You actually mean no, I mean taking a picture of it with your phone. You would be scanning it from your phone. It would create a scan, like how you would scan it with like Google Drive. You can scan it to Google Drive, but you're scanning it directly onto here. I hope that makes sense. I hope that answers your question. But no, you do not have to like scan it into like an actual scanner that's attached to your computer or anything like that. No. I most of the time will take a picture of it while it's on my counter, and 10 minutes later, I'll go and check and make sure it has all the information's populated in, and then I will toss the receipt. Again, I am not giving tax advice. I'm not sure if you actually have to keep those paper receipts, but I'm hoping that the pictures are good. Anyway, then I have this rule too. This is a an online workshop thing. Anyway, so when that goes there, it automatically goes to this report, which is interpreting. All right, credit card import. So you can attach your. Wait, let me go back here. Yeah, connecting credit. Wow, Jessica, look at you. Okay, anyway, you can attach cards to Expensify, and it will like read the I guess the transactions and things. Obviously, I have not done that. I think that's actually a new feature since I've set it up 7 years ago. But I'm doing just fine without that. If any of you guys want to try it and let us know how it goes, feel free. But I'm happy with what I'm doing. And then your payments with you can, like I said, if you're in the corporate world, this is designed for if you were in the corporate world and you had a boss and you bought things and your boss needs to reimburse you. That's what this is designed for, but it's not what I use it for, obviously. So anyway, this is how you would attach your accounts and stuff to get reimbursed if that were the case. Okay, going back to inbox, let me see what's next. Creating expense. So I told you guys about smart scanning, and I actually took a video of myself doing it, um, so you guys can see what it looks like on your phone. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys that really quick. It's just like a minute long, but forgive me because I'm literally rescanning a receipt that I had already scanned into Expensify, so it doesn't even actually populate any information from it because it's pixelated, but I just wanted to show you what the process would look like. So this is me opening the app like from my home screen. So that's me taking a picture of my screen of this receipt that you can't even read. Then it goes uploading, you get the spinny wheel of death. It gives you the option to fill out information yourself if you would like to. Change the date, you can type in that, and here's where your billable and reimbursable things come in. I have mine set automatically to off, and then you would choose your report. So I hope that makes sense and is clear, but yeah, it was giving me an error and stuff because it couldn't read the receipt because it was on the screen. But anyway, so that was that. Okay, let me show you how well, let me go to the expenses real quick. So this is what your expense screen will look like. And these are all individual expenses. See, Heather has me buying a bunch of domain names. I bought my son's name. I bought logosugarcookies.com. Oh gosh, I'm addicted now. Thanks a lot, Heather. Anyway, but you can see all of your expenses. So I have it set that it goes from the beginning of the year till now, and I can see all of those. You can change it to whatever date you want. You can filter by category. Here are all my categories. Like I said, these are more tailored to the interpreting world and that job for me. So, like dry cleaning, to be honest, I've never had to write that off for interpreting, but you know, if you're going to interpret for like Obama or something, you got to get your suit dry cleaned. Am I right? Um, but yeah, so those are all my categories. And like I said, I'll try to type those up and have that in the group for you guys so you guys can, you know, start off with something because it's kind of hard to come up with the categories on your own. I would like to formally apologize. Heather, I need it in writing. Like, well, I guess it is in writing. I need it in an email in your filter. Thanks. Okay, so these are all my categories. This is how I use reports. When I first started using Expensify, I actually used a report for individual clients that I worked with as an interpreter. And for me, it was just too clunky and just unnecessary because, like I said, I'm not billing any of this stuff to any of my clients. If you were, you know, have at it, do it. But for me, and I think for most people, if we're using this just to save receipts for tax purposes, I think you could just make it your, you know, baking 2022, and that would just be the whole year. Um, Stop it, Heather. Did you really? Okay. Okay. I hope that was you. If not, I'm gonna be a little bit embarrassed. Anyway, so I have interpreting and then Wolf Treats, which is my baking business. Um, Obviously, I have a lot more in here, and that was a laptop. I had to buy a new laptop. Sorry about it. Um, anyway, so then at the end of the year, you can come in here and you hit Heather, you're killing me. Anyway, so you come in here at the end of the year, you know, December 31st, rah rah, happy 2023, you know, Lord permitting. You can hit submit, and then it send to you and attach it as a PDF, and you can send it to yourself. I'm not going to do it because I'm worried that it might automatically close it out. I've never done it unless I needed to. But that's how I do it. And then I have, oh, see, I have all of these uncategorized ones down here, which is good because I can show you guys how I do it. But yeah, so you have all your different categories. All of these are the receipts. So like you can come in here and see the receipts. Amazon, me and Jeff Bezos, we have a love relationship, love hate really, you know. Okay, so these are uncategorized ones, and I'm gonna come in here and show you guys how I categorize them. So you come in here, and this was Canva. I bought my business cards from Canva, so I'm gonna count that as advertising. I mean, I guess I could do it as supplies, but I'm gonna do it as advertising because I feel like that fits better. I'm gonna come in here. See, now you guys are just working with me. Google Play, what was that? Oh, I pay for storage. Oh, yay. Membership dues? I feel like that's a membership due. I'm calling it a membership due. I'm a member of Google. Thanks, Google. No, I'm gonna call this membership dues too. I don't know. I'm not the best at this, but I'm trying my best. You know, at least I'm not handing my accountant like a stack of receipts. So, but yeah, so that would be this report. I could submit it. Um, I could come in here, export, and hit export as a CSV if I want to. When I give it to my accountant, I like to give them a CSV, and then I also do the PDF report. The PDF report is the one that's emailed to you, and you get the pictures of all the receipts and stuff. It ends up being like a million pages long. Okay, so I hope that's helpful. Um, what questions do you guys have that I can help with? Let me make sure I got everything. Oh yeah, so like I said, I set up per business per year, so I have my interpreting and my Wolf Trade stuff separate. If any of you guys go to CookieCon, I would love to see you guys do a CookieCon report specifically for that. Yeah, like I said, end of the year, submit to supervisor. You would submit it, and like I said, you could submit it and then close it. So you would submit, mark as closed, and then it would kind of like disappear from your little list there. If I hit close, it has years past from when I was in a pyramid scheme and, you know, nannying and things like that. So, yay. Um, okay, so so you just print this out. I don't even print it. I sent it. I download it as PDF and I send it to my tax. Whoa, man. Actually, I don't know who's going on over there anymore. They've kind of gone to crap. Can we add expenses from 2021 and generate a report? Yes. So if you wanted to submit all of your expenses to this and then maybe say, I bet you could even create a rule in here. New rule, registration, no, bummer. Well, if you're starting with a clean slate and you just add all of your receipts and expenses and stuff from 2021, even if you just like emailed them, which again, keep in mind the 25 free smart scans. So you might have 25 free and then you'll have to input them manually, which you can do here. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys all about this stuff too. Yikes. But yeah, you can do that and have it all. You can just make a new report. You can call it, you know, you can from January 1, 2021 to December 31st, you could have all of your, I guess you would do it in expenses, but you get what I'm saying. You would do from this date to this date, and then you could just select them all and add to a report. You can make a new report of 2021. I hope that makes sense. Oh, you're welcome. Okay, since I forgot about this stuff, because I haven't, like I said, I haven't used these extra options in quite some time. But if you wanted to use this for time tracking too, you can. So I used to do this back when I first graduated. I would, you know, okay, so I worked at this client for 8 hours at $24 an hour. It would automatically, you know, populate there, and you could create another. Excuse me. another category called like payroll or something. Um, and you could have a report of like, I don't know, February payroll, and then at the end of the month you see, okay, this is how much I work, this is how much I owe myself, and then you can pay yourself. You can add many at a time on if you use the desktop site, which is nice. You can track your mileage here. I don't create receipt from a map. Back when I did this, um, yeah, back when I did this, I would maybe like start this and end this on here. I think after a couple months of that, I was kind of like over that, and I just would use the odometer and I would just enter it in manually. But yeah, so that it's nice that you can use that for this as well. I feel like it's pretty um, comprehensive for the most part. I have to go watch. If I'm getting my kids on the list, I will try to watch. I feel you, Janelle. I feel you. I'm surprised that my son has not run in here yet, freaking out. He's had a rough day. All right, well, if there are no more questions, I think I covered everything that you guys would need to know. If you guys think of any more questions, feel free to reach out. Um, yeah, I think that's it. So if there's no more questions, I'm going to go ahead and go end the live. I'm going to wait a second for the live to catch up so I don't hang up on anybody. Oh, hey, you're welcome, Heather. Cell phone is one of your categories. You have a work phone. So you have to talk to your accountant about that. But so for example, my accountant and I, we decided that I could write off. I think I write off 80% of my phone, um, because we calculated that's about how much um, I use it for. But I will say I don't really track it in here. That's one that at the end of the year I'll just go and collect all of my statements from like Verizon or whatever. But but yeah, it is you. I mean, you can in here, but since I'm only writing off a percentage of it, I don't put it in here. I just don't mess with it because I'm afraid I'm gonna mess things up, and I really don't want the IRS on my butt. All right. I'm waiting for the the live to catch up to make sure there's no more questions. You're welcome, Kaylin. The live is like a solid minute and a half behind me talking. So I'm just gonna sit here quietly, I guess. If anybody's on the replay and you're hearing this on the replay, comment your favorite cake flavor because I need to know. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I am going to go ahead and end this live. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the group or on the thing. Yeah, you can log cash receipts too. Other apps only bank accounts when using receipts. Yeah. You can use you can do cash receipts as well. Just do the smart scan, take a picture of it, or manually enter it. All right. If anybody has any more questions, feel free to message me or just comment in the or post in the event or what have you, and I will do my best to answer them. I'm not an expert, but I do like Expensify, so I hope this was helpful, and I hope you guys all have a great evening. Bye bye.